New Group Chat Combos episode, man. What's going on? This is our very new sports edition podcast. We got Eli here with us. We got the newest addition to the Group Chat Combos family, Pierre, man. We really want to bring this sports stuff to you guys. We don't really talk too much on our main podcast, so it's a little segment that we're going to be running from now on, to give out that content to you guys. I want you guys to please like, comment, subscribe. It really means a lot to us, and we're thankful for all of that. Also, coming out tomorrow is going to be the very new Stony Mountain Volume 3 drop. Also want you guys to please check that out for us. Our other co-host, Tyler, man, and all the other boys that he does it with, man, put in a lot of work, a lot of time. It's going to be really fire, man. I'm excited for it, so do that for us, man. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man, but let's get this shit jumping.
Straight off.
This been in the works for a while. I can finally torture y'all boys on this. Y'all know what it is. We'll go through a quick recap of all the games, get our opinions on it, what we thought, what let us down or whatnot. And for this past week, week 10, we'll start it off with yours truly, Thursday night game.
Yes, sir. The Panthers took on the Falcons at home. Debuted a brand new jersey.
Helmet.
Yeah, helmet. It was a good game. My biggest takeaways from that game is I think the Panthers did a right move with Trey McCaffrey. Deontay Foreman is a hidden gem. Laviska should not be hooping. And I think Atlanta needed to go ahead and start Ritter. Mariota is not it.
I agree. Mariota is not it.
Yeah. I don't think he was ever it, though. Honestly, I just think it was to get Ritter ready.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Yeah, definitely. I don't got too much to say about the Panthers and Falcons. We go ahead and move on for that. But you are a Panthers fan, and I like the support. I like the support and how you go hard for your team.
Moving on to the Sunday morning game that was played in London.
Germany.
Seahawks and Buccaneers came out on top, 21-16 on a 2-game. We can't call it a streak. 2's a row. 3's a streak. But 2 in a row. What do y'all think about Bucs right now?
The Bucs, I'm saying this right now. I honestly can see the Bucs. They're making it to the NFC Championship at minimum.
Oh my!
The Bucs are back. Brady is back. You can't count Brady out. It doesn't matter. You cannot count Brady out, man. Their coaching is terrible, and I'm gonna blame the coaching for their record, man. They played really good. They've been playing really good the past 2 games. As long as they keep that up, as long as receivers aren't dropping the ball. Good play calling, and they have to run the ball. I think that was the first time that was like the most rushing attempts that they had since maybe 2007 in that game against the Seahawks. It was over 40 times, I'm pretty sure.
Weirdly enough, I agree with you. I think the Bucs they're going to slowly creep into the wild card, and then they might mess around and go play Daniel Jones or something like that. Take it by storm. You can't count Brady out. I think they're doing a very good job. They limit the injuries. That'd be good to go.
I'm going to take the completely other route and say the Seahawks have a way better chance of reaching the NFC Championship game than that. I just think this is just the Bucs being the Bucs. Brady's not going to go out sad. I never think he will. But they're still not even a playoff team in my opinion. That's just where I stand. They got to show me a lot more. And I don't think if you're putting your trust in I don't even know his name, Rachaad White, then you don't have a lot to believe in.
You don't watch football.
So on to the next Lions and Bears. That boy, he looks like Michael Vick. Y'all know his name. Y'all know where he came from. Justin Fields developed at Ohio State. Lions came out on top, though, 31-30, even though Justin Fields put up 147 pass yards, 2 touchdowns. Oh, wait, no, that was a rushing yards. 147 rush yards, 2 touchdowns, 13 carries. And I believe he passed for over 170, I think it was.
He broke the record. He the first quarterback to have 2 passing touchdowns and 2 rushing touchdowns in the game. He's a stud, man. They just need to give him help, and they'll be a go.
Yeah, I agree. The only thing I got to say, man, got to tone down the dick eating, man. These niggas talking about I seen something. Somebody said Fields could be in MVP conversation for this year. That's real shit. I heard somebody say that.
That's blasphemy, though.
The dick eating is crazy.
But with Amon St. Brown, is that how you say his name?
Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Amon-Ra St. Brown. He had 10 receptions, 119 yards. He did his thing. I really like him. I think he's going to be a 10-year player in this league. He's very valuable.
Oh yeah.
He just needs to. The Lions need a quarterback, in my opinion. They need a defense. They have god awful defense.
Yeah, they just have to find a way to stay on the field more so that their defense isn't getting torched as much.
Yeah.
Yep.
They're even with Jared Goff, they're very fast scoring, and have potential to be a high scoring offense, but the defense is terrible. So
Goff not OD terrible though.
yeah, he's not. He's not.
But can he get you to the playoffs?
Yeah.
Early in the season, early in the season, I really thought the Lions could sneak in. That defense just shot.
If they
It's awful.
go ahead.
On to the next game, Broncos and Titans. Titans came up on top 17-10. The Broncos continue to just be awful, god awful. Derrick Henry came up, had a lot less production than last week with 19 carries, 53 yards. Russell Wilson, 21 for 42, 50%, 286 yards, 1 touchdown. And I'll just go ahead and go first on this one. The Broncos have just been a horrible disappointment, in my opinion. And I actually saw a stat. It was if the Broncos had just scored a minimum 18 points in every single one of their games, right now they would be 6-3.
Their offense is terrible, man. They have to fire that coach.
Not to cut you, but bro, their defense is raw. Patrick Surtain is him. He's been balling this year.
He's definitely him.
Yeah, he's definitely
he's
him.
been balling this year. I've been really impressed with just their defense in general, honestly.
But at the end of the day, man, your defense can play good, but they always say defense wins championships. But if your offense can't even score, then it's wraps for you. And I think I'm gonna put that on Nathaniel Hackett, man. He's a terrible coach. Terrible. The play calls he call are terrible, man. Like all around.
It's crazy what what I'm saying, the offense can do. Like, your defense can be really good, but your offense can neutralize it. They keep putting you on the field over and over and over and over and over. You can't produce like that as a defense. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
It's impossible. The only takeaway I really got from that game is Vrabel is an awesome head coach, bro. Like, Tennessee is good.
That's been known in my opinion.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep. On to the next game. Jaguars take on the Chiefs. Chiefs come up on top 27-17. Trevor Lawrence goes for 259 yards, 2 touchdowns, no turnovers, which was impressive to me. Patrick Mahomes, 26 for 35, 331 yards, 4 touchdowns, 1 pick, QBR at 93. Travis Etienne had 11 carries for 45 yards. And, Kelsey went for 6 and 81. And Christian Kirk had a hell of a game. He went 9 for 105 and 2 touchdowns.
Just give him the ball.
Fuck Christian Kirk.
That's the game plan. Just give him the ball. Listen,
Christian Kirk?
Yeah, just give him the ball.
Yeah.
But this is what I'm going to say, though. I'm giving Trevor Lawrence 1 more year, bro.
One more?
1 more year.
You don't think that's early? That's not even that's not even the rookie contract.
Bro,
You ain't
I'm
even
just
3
saying,
years.
bro, I'm just saying, like, they gave him Calvin Ridley. He'll be back next year. If you don't produce with Calvin Ridley, Christian Kirk, ETN, I don't know what to tell you, bro. And their defense is good.
I agree because at the end of the day, man, you're getting the pieces around you. Travis Etienne is a very solid running back.
He's a baller. Travis Etienne is a baller.
It's technically his first year, so give him, let him grow throughout this year. Let Trevor Lawrence grow some more. But you have Calvin Ridley, you have Christian Kirk. You're paying these guys these money. Your tight end is decent. Who's their tight end? Evan Ingram.
Evan Ingram. But he's still a speedster. He still can.
Yeah, he's still somebody who can make plays. So it's like now Trevor Lawrence is now your time to show why you were such a high pick. You know what I mean? You can't keep making these mistakes. He plays very carelessly.
Not to mention Doug Peterson, he's an offensive mastermind. We've seen it in 2017 with the Eagles. He just got a lot. He has a lot more than what Justin Fields has. He has a lot more than what Mac Jones has.
I agree. Zach Wilson.
Yeah, so
Zach
Wilson's next though. He got some talent around him too, but it is what it is.
Before we get into the next game, I also want to say we didn't really talk about Mahomes, but Mahomes is MVP right now. Greatest quarterback in the league. He's best quarterback in the league. It's not much to say. Everybody knows about Mahomes.
We know what the Chiefs do.
And that crazy. That's the standard though. Just roll off 4 touchdowns, 330 yards. It's Mahomes.
It's the standard. Bro. He the next, right? The next king, bro. Brady, and it's him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
like I said, on to the next one. Cleveland Browns took on the Miami Dolphins and came up short, only putting up 17 points when they needed to score 40 because the Miami Dolphins scored 39.
Bro,
Tua, 25, 32, 285 yards, 3 touchdowns, QBR 90 fucking 4. Jeff Wilson Jr., 17 carries, 119 yards. Nick Chubb, second game of the year under 100 yards, only rushed for 63. Jacoby Brissett, 212 yards, 1 touchdown, QBR 90.
You want to kick off or you want me to kick off?
I'm about to kick off, man, because the Browns
Kick off.
suck. The Browns are garbage, man. I don't understand how you have all these pieces on defense and you get put up 40 points on you consistently. Like, it's been this way for the past 3 years. Y'all niggas consistently get put up fucking 40 bombs on you, man. And I don't understand why. Like, your defense, I'm not even going to say nothing about the offense. I don't care about Deshaun Watson coming back. I don't care about Jacoby Brissett being a quarterback, man. Like, your defense is not it, and your coach is not it. I don't know if you need new defensive coordinator, new head coach, but, man, the Browns are just ass, straight up.
Okay, this isn't the thank you. This isn't the hammer the fucking Browns hour. I'm gonna shift the conversation towards the Dolphins, and I just appreciate their greatness. And if Tua doesn't miss those 3 games, in my opinion, he's MVP this year. And I don't think a lot of people are appreciating what Tyreek Hill is doing this year. He is on pace to surpass 2,000 yards. That's mind blowing to me. And if he gets over 2,000 yards, did Cup go over 2,000 last year?
No. Yeah. 19?
Yeah,
He was close.
If he goes over 2,000 this year, I don't even think MVP should be a discussion, in my opinion.
I'm on the side. I wasn't going to hammer the Browns at all.
Thank you.
Really, because it's expected. You know what I'm saying? What's the Browns record right
I
now?
wasn't expecting that.
2-7?
No, really. What's the Browns record, though? this year?
3-7.
So, I mean, what else did y'all expect, bro?
3-6.
Watson not here. Like, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Kareem Hunt wants out. They got a bunch of stuff going on. Coach bad. But I was really going to hammer on Miami's defense in the pass rush because the Browns do have one of the best offensive lines in the league, and they was slapping them around crazy.
Yeah.
So, if you can stop one of the best running backs in the league, got good coverage. And
They got Bradley Chubb.
yeah.
Yeah, and I think
That was a great addition, in my opinion.
Yeah.
That was an amazing
Hefty
addition.
contract.
Very.
But
that addition of Bradley Chubb, though, puts, them into the serious Super Bowl
Absolutely.
contention because I'm going to be real. Their defense before picking up Bradley Chubb, they was getting torched. Their secondary is not really that good, but adding that pass rusher in Bradley Chubb just takes a big load off of their secondary. So
I'm going to just touch on three more games, the 3 important games. The rest of these are just scrubs. Where the Cowboys and Packers. Cowboys come up short. Aaron Rodgers is still that bad, man, as Stephen A. Smith says. Packers win 31-28. Dak Prescott, 27 for 46, went for, it's loading, 265 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, QBR 45. Aaron Rodgers, 14 for 20, 224, 3 touchdowns. Tony Pollard went for 115. Aaron Jones went for 138 with a touchdown. And CeeDee Lamb had a hell of a game. I was actually impressed watching that game. He went for 150 and 2 touchdowns, but not more impressive than Christian Watson going for 4 for 107 and 3 freaking touchdowns.
yeah, I think
Go ahead.
I think the Packers, man, Aaron Rodgers is that bad, man, and you can never really count out Aaron Rodgers, but if they stick to the run, if they really run commit, throw some play actions in there, they can win games, but you can't win games by trying to have Aaron Rodgers force the ball to these receivers he has no chemistry with, that's all I have to say. The Cowboys, I'm not a fan of the Cowboys. They're the Cowboys.
I'm not a fan, but if you're a Cowboys fan, do not hit the panic button yet. It ain't over.
Not at all.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? You still a good team. You just
They're one of the
got
best
caught.
defenses in the NFL.
Yeah, you just got caught. You can't, and it's Dak. Like, Dak is still kind of fresh back.
Yeah.
So let him get his timing down. And
the Cowboys need to be focused about the playoffs, and they'll be good.
What I'll say about this game is the Packers, because I watched this whole game. The Packers are still figuring it out, and it looks like they're literally figuring it out game by game. Seeing Christian Watson go for 107 and 3 touchdowns from him dropping a wide open bomb first play of the season. You know, I'm just so glad. I'm so happy for him to see him succeeding in that system finally. And I think the Packers are a wild card team. I think they'll get a string of wins here along the way, and they'll figure things out.
They're not a fucking wild card team. What the fuck?
What?
If they bully their division, because they can beat. I mean, well, they just lost to the Lions and stuff, but that's not. They're not a wild card team. I don't think they'll get in, but they could. You know what I'm saying? It all depends.
I see them getting in there before the Bucs.
I can't do it.
Yeah, hell no.
You only say that because of the Bucs division.
I mean, yes, and the Bucs have a better record than them, and
by 1 win.
Yes, and the Packers they're bound to lose a few more games. I think they play Tennessee next week. I think they play the Eagles in 2 weeks. So unless they continue to win out, then yeah, they'll make it. But
next game,
we'll see.
Anyways, game of the week, game of the fucking year. Minnesota wins 33-30 against the Buffalo Bills in overtime. Kirk Cousins went for 357, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Josh Allen, 29 for 43, 330 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Justin Jefferson, arguably wide receiver 1, 193 yards, 1 touchdown. Dalvin Cook went for 119, 1 touchdown. Diggs went for 128 and no touchdowns. So
throw Gabe Davis in there, please.
Gabe Davis, 6 for 93 and 1 touchdown.
Thank you. Shout out Gabe Davis.
I'll go first on this one. The most impressive thing to me was seeing because everyone glorifies the Vikings defense, or not defense, their offense, all the weapons, obviously, as they should. Justin Jefferson, Dalvin Cook, all those cats. But their defense really, I feel like the defense is what got them that game. Pulling out stops when they needed to, stopping them in OT, getting that pick. Shout out vintage Patrick Peterson. Their defense was really impressive in that game to me. Picking off Josh Allen 2 times. The Vikings were very impressive. I've been saying I can see them going to the Super Bowl. This cat next to me thinks I'm talking crazy. I really see Justin Jefferson doing something really special this year. I think it's a new year. I like the Vikings. I'm really liking what I'm seeing out of the Vikings.
I mean, at the end of the day, the Vikings are going to have to show me that they can win in the playoffs, and that Kirk Cousins is going to have to show me primetime Kirk Cousins before I believe that they're a Super Bowl team. This is not the first time we've seen the Vikings have a good record in a regular season.
They don't have a good record. They have a great record.
Okay, they have a great record, but how many – I mean, we've seen the Vikings win 12 games. We've seen them win 11, 13 games before and not win in the playoffs.
I mean, we've seen that with Case Keenum. We ain't really seen that with Kirk yet.
I mean, yeah, we haven't seen Kirk win a primetime game yet. What the fuck?
Kirk, I mean, look, realistically, last time the Vikings were okay straight, Kirk went into New Orleans and got a playoff win. That's all I'm saying. Like,
I just have to for me to believe that the Vikings are beating the Eagles, even the 49ers or the Buccaneers in a playoff game, prime time, like, I'm going to have to see it before I believe it. I'm not saying they can't do it. I'm not saying the Vikings are trash. I'm not calling them a bluff or a fake 8-1, but you're going to have to, at the end of the day, Kirk Cousins is going to hold that. A lot of people are going to hold that to him until he shows us who feel like that he can do it. So that's my stand on them.
So my 3 takeaways from this game is, first of all, the first big one is Josh Allen gave him the game. There was no way. Like, this goes back to my main point about.
So Justin Jefferson didn't take the fucking game out the air with that.
I mean, no. Justin Jefferson did his thing, but even still, they were still down 2 possessions at that point. Like, yo, you don't. Okay, when Josh Allen threw that first pick to Patrick Peterson, right? They're in the red zone. It is 4th down, cool, but forcing it, you just can't do that, bro. Like, Josh Allen has always been reckless. That's always been my problem with him. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's a reckless quarterback. Is he good? Yes, he's great. But I still feel like he got that. He is young, but he still got that young quarterback mentality, bro. And if it's not this year, I just don't see them doing it. Like, but
I agree. I think I think Josh Allen, we'll see, come playoffs, we'll really see what he's truly about. I feel like even Mahomes went through that year of, what was that year? Was that 2020 or was it? Yeah, or was it
2020 when he went for like fucking 55 touchdowns?
What was it last year?
He started a little sluggish.
Yeah,
and people were like, "Yo, is Mahomes? Has people caught on?"
Yeah. And I mean, like I said, Josh Allen, he'll show us in the playoffs. I mean, let's not forget that the Bills were a half inch away from really winning that game. Josh Allen sold them. He did, but
it was a center.
I mean, it was both of them, the center and Josh Allen.
You got to have quarterback center communication.
Yeah, at the end of the day, you got to have that communication. All we have to do is get a yard, half a fucking yard, so that we can at least knee the ball and run the clock out. We can't knee it right here. It would have been better if they did just knee it and kick it and let their defense play, but the defense was tired. So I understand.
Go ahead.
The thing about me, I'll pass it to you. The thing about me is, Josh Allen having that mishap. I'm so sick of seeing Josh Allen have mishaps. So I have been really think about what you're saying. Think about a couple years ago. What did he do? Slip against the Titans on like a Sunday night game at the 2-yard line or something, and he couldn't rush for the touchdown. Then, I'm not gonna lie, Josh Allen's not clutch. Let's look at the numbers. Let's call it what it is. Josh Allen is not a clutch quarterback.
I definitely wouldn't say he's not a clutch quarterback.
I think he's 1-6 in his last
Was he not clutch against the Chiefs earlier in the year? Was he not clutch against the Chiefs last year in the fucking playoffs?
Did that come down to the 2-minute drill? No.
In their previous game?
This year it came down to the 2-minute drill, but it was more on a mistake by Mahomes that you really would never see. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
but I can't discredit Josh Allen for winning the game. You know what I'm saying?
I can understand calling Josh Allen reckless. I can understand saying he's, he still needs a lot to learn, a lot to improve.
He wins a regular season in week 4 and he's a clutch quarterback?
He still is. You can't say he's not clutch, though. He has plenty of clutch moments. He's just, as P said, he's reckless. He doesn't take care of the ball. He doesn't have that mentality of Mahomes or of Brady or of Rodgers where there's no mistakes, and you're playing in a game and you have a drive where you don't have any mistakes. He still makes those mistakes. He's not on Mahomes level yet. He's not on Aaron Rodgers, the really greats level, but you still can't put him. What other if you're not gonna say he's on Mahomes level, what other quarterback is on the level of him in the league right now?
He's still
Lamar Jackson.
I like it, but people gonna hate you for it, but I like it.
And Lamar Jackson is him, and I say Lamar Jackson's probably the only other quarterback. Don't say Jalen Hurts,
but Lamar still has that same problem.
Yeah, he does.
He's not. He kind of is careless with the football, but it's just. I'm not going to say Josh Allen overrated, but when you come in a year pretty much certified MVP and you dropping games when you up double digits in the fourth, that's just not a good look, bro. And they can't run the football. You can't blame Josh Allen for them not being able to run the football, but bro, it's just you're forcing the ball and you really just putting it all in the hands of. First of all, why are you putting the game in the hands of your defense when none of your starting safeties or DBs are out there?
That's facts.
Put the game away, bro. That's all I ask. And I kind of like Josh Allen. I'm not the biggest fan because I feel like he's boosted. But, you know what I'm saying? He just got to show me some more shit. That's it. For the level he's talked about, he got to show me more shit.
Yeah. Last game of the week was played last night. The only undefeated team left went down. The Commanders beat the Eagles 32-31. Jalen Hurts. 21, excuse me. Jalen Hurts, 175 yards, 2 passing touchdowns. He rushed for 28 and had 1 rushing touchdown. Brian Robinson Jr., 86 yards, 1 touchdown. Heineke went for 211 and a touchdown. And Terry McLaurin,
he's him.
You know it. Developed where? Ohio State. 8 for 128, no touchdowns, but yeah, he definitely did his thing. What do y'all think about that game?
I think the Eagles have kind of in that game showed me some of the doubts I was thinking, because at the end of the day, man, they got put in a position where they needed to come back. They got put in a position where they were struggling, and they did not succeed in that. I think it's even better that they lost, because now I'm gonna feel kind of better because they've now been put in a position where they saw what they had to do and they weren't able to achieve it. Going against a team, it's a divisional game. This game still mattered regardless of them being undefeated. But I don't look at the Eagles as, I'm not going to place them any down on my rankings or anything. I mean, they lost a divisional game. Everybody loses in the NFL. So, it is what it is, but still going to have to see more from the Eagles for me to favorite them over any other team in the league.
Go ahead, Eli.
I think, like you said, this is absolutely no reason to panic. It's a division game. It's always going to be a great game. Should they have lost? Absolutely not. They were the better football team. I think I think they win this game 9 out of 10 times if they play it. But I just think, I wouldn't even call it a trap game either, because it's a division game. This shit can go either way. I just think it's one that got away from them. No reason to panic. Jalen Hurts, still that man. And I think the Eagles will be just fine, in my opinion.
I got to talk about Washington a little bit. You know what I'm saying? It's something with Ron Rivera teams, man, where you know what I'm saying?
Oh, my God.
Let's be real, man. I'm being for real. It's just Washington is 5-5, bro. I'm not saying they're Bucks 5-5, but they are 5-5 ultimately. And
Chase Young isn't back.
And I'm they play for stuff, bro. You know what I'm saying? Heineke is not good at all, but they seem to corral behind him and they play. And I don't know, bro. They might be able to surprise a couple people, but I really don't know.
Yeah.
Last night was a whole nother level of Washington. That game last night reminded me of playoffs when they played the Bucks in the wild card game.
Yeah.
Almost got it done. It's just something about them, bro. They just fight, and I like that. But the Eagles, like Eli said, I wouldn't panic. They missing Jordan Davis. They can't stop the run right now. When they get him back, it'll be fine. The defense was just not ideal last night at all. But I'm not hitting the panic button. You know what I'm saying? But it did humble me, though, because I really was like, man, they caking this. They could really go undefeated.
They were making it look easy.
Yeah.
I'll ask y'all this question before we wrap it up. What did y'all think of that roughing the passer call?
It was the right call, but it was
the right call.
It just sucks.
Yeah.
He clearly had his knee down.
Yeah.
Clearly.
It just, like you said, Pete, it sucks because, that's something that divisional game, they're just playing tough. You should really just let that slide. But it was the right call to make, and they got to make the calls that they're supposed to make. So can't really say too much about it. But yeah, man, thank you guys for tuning into this. We're definitely, we're about to be coming hard with this. Like I said, we really want to bring you guys, the sports content. We're excited to do this. We're excited for, for anybody who is out there watching, for, to just come along with us and see, how our takes go. Yeah, man, 1% better every day. Shout out Stony Mountain. Shout out Iwazo, man. Shout out the, newest member to the family, P, and we out of here.